In this video, I want to explain the different types of conversions that you can create within Optibase. So the first thing that you have is a click conversion, and that is probably the most popular one. That is when you want to track when a button has been clicked. So let's say you're running an A/B test in your hero section and you want to see which one leads to more clicks of the button in your hero section. That is when you are going to use the click conversion event. The next one that we have is a form submit. So this one, pretty simply, as the name suggests, is going to track a conversion event when a form has been submitted. This is great for tracking things like contact forms, demos, and perhaps even gated content. The next thing that we have is page view. That is going to track when somebody goes on the page, and that is it. I recommend not using this to track who actually visits the page, because that's not really going to give you any good data. That being said, if you have a flow in which, let's say somebody submits a form, clicks a button, or purchases something, and it takes them to a thank you page, that right there is when you are going to want to use the page view conversion. Next, we have scroll depth. And scroll depth is going to track when someone has hit a certain point in the page. So let's say you want to track people who are actually engaged and they're scrolling beyond 50% of your page. So it's essentially like page views, but not just anyone who lands on the page. Instead, somebody who gets to a certain point in the page. You can configure a scroll depth conversion event, and it is going to trigger anytime someone scrolls to the specified depth of the page, let's say 50% or 80%. The next thing that we have is time on page. And similar to scroll depth, this is going to be used when you want to track someone's engagement. So instead of saying, oh, they got to 50% of the page, this you can define an amount of time at which a conversion event should be recorded. So let's say someone who spent at least 20 seconds on the page. This would be great if, let's say, you wanted to track video plays on a page in which you have an embedded video. You can set this to, let's say, 45 seconds if your video is 1 minute, and that is going to show you how many people actually watched the video. And finally, we have programmatic. So this is what you're going to use if you just want to send a conversion event via JavaScript. Or there's also server-side conversion events if that is more your thing. We have documentation on that. The link is in the description, along with the links showing you how to set up each one of these conversion events.